films from the South. The South Indian region originally comprises of 4 states: Andhra Pradesh, now split as Telangana and Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Together, these states account for 21% of Indian population. The people of South India have unique cultures, tastes and media consumption habits which are quite different from those in the other parts of the country. Films have an important place in the hearts and minds of South Indians. Leading actors enjoy a demigod-like status and have larger and fiercely loyal fan following. It has by far the largest share in the total number of films released per year. 100 years ago, Nataraja Mudaliyar, an automobile spare parts dealer in Madras, now Chennai, made Kijagavadam, the first feature film of South India. This 6,000 feet movie marked the birth of cultural colossus Tamil cinema. The characters spoke Tamil, but as there was no soundtrack, the spoken words were flashed on screen in title cards. Mudaliyar, the solitary pioneer, went on to make 6 more films from his studio in Kilpauk and later in Vellore, and made a political point by naming his studio as India Film Company. While J.C. Daniel took pains to establish his Travancore National Pictures and make the first Malayalam movie Vigatha Kumaran, released in 1930, A. Narayan travelled to Hollywood and met movie moguls like Carl Laemmle, founder of one of the major movie studios, Universal. The studio Narayan found in Madras in 1929, General Pictures Corporation, proved to be the training ground for many filmmakers of the talkie era. Narayan made a number of feature films including Dharmapatni and Kovalan, both in 1929. He went on to set up the first sound studio in the South, Srinivasa Cineton, in 1934, which laid the foundation of the film industry in the South. The silent era in South India ended in 1931 with the arrival of sound film Bhakta Prahlada. A total of 124 feature films were made by different filmmakers during this silent era of the South. However, only a part of one film from that period, Marthandavarma, with Malayalam title cards, has survived. Indian entertainment down south. The aggregate market size of Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam film industry segments in terms of total revenues generated by films is estimated to be around 30 billion INR. The Telugu segment contributes about 11 billion INR, the Tamil segment about 10 billion INR and the Malayalam segment 5 billion INR. Kannada segment contributes 4 billion INR. The strengths of the South Indian films industry includes large theatrical market with around 5,000 plus screens, high levels of discipline in movie production with proper scripts and planning and use of advanced technology and fine technicians. The Tamil film industry. Tamil cinema was another regular commercial industry with giants from MGR to Rajinikanth dictating the business for decades. The glowing time of Tamil cinema started with filmmakers like Bharati Raja and Balu Mahendra, who changed the regular formula with their films getting uploaded by masses and critics. Maniratnam and Kamal Haasan then earned a name for Tamil cinema with different approaches and execution.
No.
Their films ranging from Nayagan, Kurudipunal, Pushpaga Vimanam to Roja made Tamil as the most promising industries to look forward by the end of last century. But in the 2000s, what dictated the change in the whole of South was films like Paruthiveeran, which had a realistic background, tout screenplay and cultural nuances. Now, Tamil cinema also looks for increased local flavor even while trying to experiment with new themes. Several films about violence in interior Tamil Nadu, such as Chittiram Pesudadi, Virumandi, Kaka Kaka, Run, Sedu and Subramaniapuram have been received well. It was a host of freshers like Vetrimaran, Gautam Vasudev Menon, Bala, Lingusami, Balaji Shaktivel, Selvaraghavan, Vasanta Balan and K.V. Anand who set off a trend of intelligence, mixing up fresh themes with elements that can also work in the box office. They were making their films with themes closer to their own roots. Films like Anandam, Veil, Adukalam, Kadal, Mozhi and Kalluri set the base for big change to realistic entertainers that Tamil cinema is witnessing in recent times. They still use impressive music tracks, be it by legendary A. Rahman or Ilayaraja or by youngsters like Iman or Yuvan Shankar Raja. The new trends in Tamil cinema, though, does not have to do with one or two men, but a crop of these young directors who are willing to take risks with their stories and producers who are willing to hedge their bets on unproven talent. It also has to do with a seemingly drastic change in the audience taste. Director Bala is acclaimed for revolutionizing Tamil cinema through his realistic, dark and disturbing depiction of the working class on celluloid screen with films like Naan Kadavul and Pidamakan. Miskin is an author in its true sense with his narrative style and mise-en-scene which marked an example of Tamil new cinema. His films like Nandalala, Anjade, Onnayum Attinkutiyum and Pisasu has capitulated Tamil cinema to world-class repertoire. Vasanta Balan is another notable director whose Veil was shown in Cannes Film Festival in 2007, which was aptly followed by Angadi Theru, Aravan and Kavya Thalaivan, all rooted in Tamil culture. This situation has also helped the industry to create low-budget, non-mainstream films with young, often unknown actors being released to both critical acclaim and commercial success like the comedy Tamil Padam 2010 or Aranya Kandam in 2010. Tamil cinema now has got a dozen actors who can manage good initial collections for their films, at least for the opening week. This has also helped the filmmakers to experiment with bold themes. Jigan Thanda in 2014 and Kakamuttai in 2015 have all won national awards and subsequently found popular backing while released in theatres. Adukalam, the second film of director Vetrimaran, swept the national awards a few years ago. Of course, the films of the superstars of the present, Rajinikanth or Vijay or Ajit, will do well at the box office. But good cinema and commercially successful cinema and the audience for each are not mutually exclusive in Tamil now. Now the directors and producers seem to have got bolder, as have the theatres, offering films like Thoongavanam and Soodugavum, which combine violence, action and comedy. Perhaps this is the beginning of an era which will see a series of offbeat films with more substance than spectacle. The Tamil film industry produces around 150 to 200 films per year, though a large number of them fail to recover their course. The big film man Shankar, who has a continuous list of blockbusters like Yenthiran, Anyan and the recent one I, also made inroads for Tamil cinema into Hindi and international market. Now the producers of Tamil cinema has expanded worldwide with key territories in the international theatrical market such as Malaysia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, the Middle East, the US and the Canada and the UK, Europe, Australia and New Zealand. For a big budget film with a well-known star cast, the US and Canada territory contributes 20% of the international revenues. The phenomenal collections of Rajinikanth's Kabali is something that tells about the industry. The other big earners of the decade from frontline stars include Endiran, I, Vishwarupam, Theri, Tupaki, Mangada and Shivaji. The latest of the trends that is being witnessed in Tamil is horror films. Nowadays, heroines are showing their interest in horror movies after Nayanthara became successful in her thrilling role in Maya. The second trend of Kollywood is remakes of successfully run films in other languages. Even director Shankar is not an exception to its trend, and he is getting ready for an Endiran 2. The Telugu film industry. The Telugu film industry is the most prolific in South Indian film industry. On an average, the industry produces around 250 to 270 films per year, offering the most formulaic of masala films. The success ratio is low, and a large percent of the film fail to recover the investment made on them. Telugu cinema since the 1990s was dominated by the likes of Chiranjeevi, Nagarjuna, Balakrishna and Venkatesh. But by the beginning of this decade, another generation of actors like Mahesh Babu, Prabhas, Pawan Kalyan, Allu Arjun and Ram Charan Teja has totally foreshadowed the aging stars. Other big earning films of the decade which have collected more than 100 crores include Bahubali, Srimantudu, Attirinkiti Daredi, Sarainodu, Reis, Guram, Gabbar Singh and Dokudu. Though the style of films remain the same with songs, spectacles and extreme actions, the acceptance of Telugu films in other South Indian states, North India and overseas increased. Nowadays, Telugu films are dubbed into most of the other South Indian languages as well as Hindi. They are getting good response from audiences and also getting good television rights. The huge budget provision, technical perfection, selection of foreign locations and trendy actors contribute to the success of Telugu films outside Andhra and Telangana. The making of recent Telugu film Bahubali and its huge success is an example. It is known to be the biggest film ever made in India with a budget of 250 INR crores. It was dubbed into almost all Indian languages and had a worldwide release. Within 2 days, it got a gross collection of 100 crores INR, which is a record. It made another remarkable achievement by becoming one of the 10 films getting the most collection within a short period in the worldwide market. Telugu cinema, also known as Tollywood, has always believed in spectacles with the best of budgets. Commercial masala movies have been the trademark of Tollywood industry. The new generation stars of the industry includes Allu Arjun and Mahesh Babu, who have found considerable success with their films which are dubbed and released all across the world. For a lot of people abroad, S.S. Rajamouli's Magadira happened to be an introduction to Telugu cinema. The no-holds-barred entertainment added with rural drama and colorful packaging typical of the big-budget film drew large crowds. The recent S.S. Rajamouli film like Icha, Magadira and Bahubali have helped the Telugu films to reach far and wide. Taking cues from the change that was ushered in by films of S.S. Rajamouli, Telugu audience started rejecting loud and violent action movies. It is time directors and the so-called heroes realized that this larger-than-life nonsense of Telugu movies does not work. The Malayalam film industry. The Malayalam film industry is smaller than its Tamil and Telugu counterparts. However, the industry is unique in the sense that the Malayalam films are based on more realistic stories and the content is credible. Not all films are made out of commercial considerations. Many are made for aesthetic and cultural values. As a result, Malayalam films have won numerous national awards and are always applauded for its content. Many successful Malayalam films have also been remaked into the South Indian languages and into Hindi. The industry has also contributed excellent technicians to the Hindi film industry, and some of its directors are highly reputed for their filmmaking skills. On an average, the Malayalam film industry produces around 100 to 120 films per year. However, as in the case of Tamil and Telugu cinema, many films are not released in the theatrical market owing to lack of market interest. Also, a large percent of films released fail to perform. In comparison to the Tamil and Telugu segments, the Malayalam industry is largely disciplined and completes film in a shorter time period within smaller budgets. Malayalam films are having scripts that cater to the sensibilities across audience from any region. Since the plotline is universal, people get connected to it instantly. If a film is a hit in a certain language, social media spreads news about it, thereby prompting the local audiences to watch it. Recent hit films like Drishyam, Bodyguard, etc. have done well in all languages because of the script's global appeal. For a long time, two big M's of Mollywood, Mammootty and Mohanlal, had been the biggest stars of the industry, followed by the likes of Dileep and Suresh Gopi. The comedy films made by Siddiq Lal, Satyan Andikad and Priyadarshan not only were the guaranteed success stories, but also made Malayalam film lovers the best audience to appreciate humor. But the real turnaround was the success of films like Traffic and Ritu in 2010. Suddenly, Malayalam cinema started to witness a flow of new generation filmmakers and artists who had a different way of narration and creative approach. They broke the stereotypical storytelling methods. Themes that were till then considered taboo for commercial cinema started to be accepted on screens. Directors like Ashik Abu, Rajiv Ravi, V.K. Prakash, Vineet Srinivasan, Martin Prakat and Samir Tahir have found admirers amongst younger film lovers. The young brigade is coming up with the innovative screenplays and stories which reflects the urban contemporary realities. A revival is happening on a large scale and the audience like the bold new themes which come as a breath of fresh air, different from the storylines worked around cliched family dramas or old family rivalries. Young actors like Dulquer Salman, Fahad Fazil, Nivin Pauly, Jayasuriya, Parvati, Nitya Menon and Sai Pallavi have become popular names amongst the current generation of audiences. The arrival of fully digital filmmaking, multiplex theatres combined with mass release are also working good for Mollywood. Other new filmmakers of the time include Jeetu Joseph with Drishyam, Anjali Menon with Bangalore Days, Anwar Rashid with Ustad Hotel and Alphonse Putran with Prema. Interestingly, these films are some of the best grossers in box office too. The Kannada film industry. The cinema of Karnataka, sometimes colloquially referred to as Sandalwood, encompasses movies made in the Indian state of Karnataka. Kannada industry recently completed 75 years. The Kannada film industry on an average produces 120 to 150 films a year. According to Karnataka Film Chamber of Commerce, only a handful of these recover costs while the most of the others incur losses. The biggest stars in Kannada in this decade are Yash, Puneet Rajkumar, Kicha Sudeep, Darshan and Ganesh. The movies that did big business in this decade include Mangaru Mail, Mr. and Mrs. Ramchari, Manikya, Super, Uppi 2 and Krativira Sankoli Rayana. The recent trend in Sandalwood has been attracting the audiences back to the multiplexes and single screen theatres. In recent times, the Kannada film industry has seen the marked rise of a new generation of young directors who have come out with creative themes and low-budget productions that has profoundly affected Sandalwood in many ways. With the floodgates opened for these new directors to experiment with different genres, films are not only earning critical acclaim but are also doing well at the box office. While most of the directors in the industry have used original stories, the new lot are emphasizing on realism as they are confident of turning them into successful ventures. In fact, such subjects have never been touched before. Among the directors who have made the movie-going experience better and refreshing are Yogaraj Bhatt, Suri, Shashank, Nagashekar, Guru Prasad, R. Chandru, Upendra and Sumanna Kittur. There are other directors like Vijay Prasad and Sunil Kumar who have made a grand entry with good debut films like Siddhilingu and Simbalagi Undu Love Story respectively. The movies like Lucia, Rangitaranga, Ullidavaru Kandande and Ugram have proven that big budgets and superstars are not a must anymore to make quality Kannada films. Presently, the most bankable of directors is director Yogaraj Bhatt. Long ago, he made a smashing film Mungaru Mail and still continues to rule the roost with movies like Galipata, Panjarakni and Mansare. His productions are often based on love and life, as he manages to provide wholesome entertainment with minimal budget. Suri, a highly acclaimed director whose debut, Duniya, got him a lot of accolades, has emerged as a director to watch out for. Director Nagashekar dares to tackle subjects and ideas with a splendid visual treat that encompasses unknown, beautiful locales. He is a director who can connect with his audience, and therefore his films like Sanju Vets Geeta and Maina have been big hits and largely liked by all. Another director who has turned heads recently is R. Chandru with his films Charminar, Taj Mahal, Prem Kahani and Mailari. Upendra, who usually comes out with a different narrative. Guru Prasad with his thematic dialogues, Vijay Prasad, Nagashekar and Sumanna Kittur all are largely appreciated by the new Kannada audience. Independent thinking grew among the new set of directors to do new kind of films with low budget. To top it, directors and audience are getting closer every day through social media, which has been helping the industry to a major extent. The trend of releasing South Indian films dubbed into Hindi is not new, but with an exponential growth in regional cinema accompanied by the new media marketing, South Indian films have now captured the attention of audiences nationwide and are seeing pan-India theatrical releases like never before.